Hey everyone, gonna share a feature with you today on the XP Deus and XP ORX that I think isn't leveraged enough in metal detecting, and quite honestly, I'm still learning about it. So we've brought in our expert Gary Blackwell across the pond in England to answer some questions for us. Hey Gary, I detect a property that is riddled with iron, specifically shallow, rusty, bent nails. I've tried to sift through it as best I can with my own programs at Reactivity 5. I've even actually sifted literally the area, but I've heard about this setting IAR in the Goldfield program. Can you tell us what that's all about?
Hi Grant, good to hear from you. IAR, now that's an interesting one. IAR, Ion Amplitude Rejection. It works in a slightly different way to your conventional discrimination. It rejects iron at certain depths. So for example, IAR will reject a target, will reject an iron target at a certain depth, and then as you go higher, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 being the maximum, you will reject iron or bigger iron at better depths. I tend to use IAR at 5 most of the time because I find that suits my needs. Very rarely I go down to IAR 4.
Thanks, Gary. And to be clear, is it right that the IAR settings are only available in the Goldfield program?
Yes, Grant, IAR is only available in the Goldfield modes, program number 10 on your Deus or 1 and 2 on your ORX.
You mentioned earlier that the IAR setting differs from conventional discrimination. Can you explain that a little bit and what do the numbers 1 through 5 as settings mean?
Yes, IAR does differ from your standard discrimination because it concentrates more on iron at different levels in the ground. At 1, you reject iron quite shallow. So if you're searching an area where there's lots of little nails shallow, you'd use a lower IAR setting and then get the deeper iron. 2, you go a bit deeper. 3, you go a bit deeper. 5 is the maximum. And that's what I tend to use when relic and coin hunting. Sometimes I might go down to 4, but normally it's 5, and I find 5 works just fine, although you will still get a good target on some exceptionally deep iron. Unlike conventional iron discrimination, where most iron is completely rejected, when using the IAR in a Goldfield mode, it tends to give a broken, stuttery signal, whereas the good targets are smooth and repeatable, very much like using the pitch mode.
In addition to iron infested sites like the ones I have, what other conditions might IAR come in handy to try to sniff out the good targets?
The only other time I'd use the Goldfield program with the IAR is on the wet sand and the beach. I really like using that program on the beach. It seems to settle the machine down nicely.
All right, well, this sounds like the perfect setting and a really good opportunity to go back to these sites that I've all but considered hunted out, as we all have. I'm sure we have many sites like this. So I think I'm going to go back and give it a go. What do you think?
Now, the Goldfield mode using IAR isn't really the recommended setting for really heavily iron laden sites, but I found it to be quite good. Well, Grant, the Goldfield and the IAR mode is a bit of an acquired taste. What I'd suggest is you go out on one of your iron laden sites and give it a try, and then you'll see if the Goldfield mode using IAR is the right choice. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
All right, Gary, thanks for all the info. I'm going to head over to my permission right now. I'm going to give it a go, and I will show you my learning experience using IAR.
Like all these things, Grant, the Goldfield mode using IAR rejection isn't going to be for everyone's taste, but it certainly has pulled a few targets out of difficult sites for me. Good luck, my friend, and let me know how you get on.
All right, I'm gonna try a dig here using the settings I've got from Goldfield and modified with the IAR. apologize for all the road noise. It's just a lot of traffic today. It's a beautiful day. So first, let me show you what it sounds like in my normal program, and then I'm going to switch to the IAR program, and you can see how it sounds differently. So let's give it a go first with my program. Hear all that noise. Now, let's switch over to the IAR program. I just have it right there, one next to my program, so it's easy to switch. A lot quieter, you don't hear all that iron, but you do get some blips here and there. If I slow it down a little bit, let's see what happens. Something right here. Has a higher tone, but the numbers aren't that great. So let's give it a dig and see what these two are. One here, one there. That's just a little screw or a nail. So these are tones I'm not really used to. That's all about learning the machine. I'm just hearing a blip. It's bumping up to 82 at some points. Give it a dig. Now this is what it sounds like on my other program. Pretty good. Roots. Seems out of the hole now. Let's try with the my old program. Go to. Ah, sounds good now that it's out of the hole. Let's see if we get lucky here. Uh-oh. Seeing this right here. Could that have been it? Quite possibly. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, that wasn't a rusty nail, that was a modern screw, so that's why it would have given such a nice high tone to it. Alright, well, it was a non-ferrous target. What else we got here? And another nail. Alright, still have to get through all this stuff. Been chasing a signal. You know, I still don't know what these tones like really mean because I'm so used to running full tones, but I was getting a poppy signal, 86 it was ringing up, and what I see in the hole, that right there is what I would say is a copper coin. Now, let me put the speaker on so you can hear what it sounds like. Oh yes. That's what it sounded like. I think I see a little bit of a bust on here. It's the second copper I've found now in this area. That might be Britannia. We'll give this a clean up. Dude, super excited. I went over this in my other program and I just heard like a little crackle, nothing I would normally chase. So, sweet! With me today. How you doing, Bonnie?
Nothing yet. Wow.
I think I might be able to get some detail off of that one.
Wow. Nice. Right there.
Right there along the road.
We've been over it a million times.
Yeah, yeah. This one, it was a good signal. I tried my other program, like a click, click, little crackle, but nothing I would normally chase. So this had me go for it.
Wow.
So we know there's more here.
Wow.
Awesome. I am well chuffed with that one. GoPro, stop recording. All right, so that took a lot of work, but I was able to find out what it was. A suspenders clip. looks like it's broken on the right side. You can see the teeth on this side. So that's a pretty good find, considering all the junk and noise I'm around. So this IAR setting is really trying to do its job and sniffing through all the surface iron and getting the non-ferrous targets. I'm liking it. All right, I've got another signal here using IAR. Let's see what we got. Jumpy, graggly. Don't have too high hopes of this, but it's ringing up in the high 80s. So let's see. Okay, out of the hole. Another piece of iron. Kind of looks like a little animal, like a pig or something like that. But it's just a piece of iron. Really cool brick, actually. It's got a nice C in a diamond shape. I'll have to look that up to see what that means. But so many really nice bricks in this area all have different maker's marks on them. But anyway. All right, so I've got a 70s, mid-70s signal running 28 kilohertz. Now, it does come up on my program, but you can see why I may have missed it because of all the surface iron. So let me let you listen to that first, and then we'll isolate the tone. Then we'll show you with the modified gold program using IAR. So here we go with my program. So you hear all the iron. See, there's that little squeak there that maybe I may have ignored because it was just a pop like everything else. And when I switch to AIR, it's kind of isolated there. So now it stands out and I'm more apt to dig it. Hopefully it'll be worth it. Let's see. All right, well, it was a non-ferrous target. It's a crappy target, whatever it is, a rivet or something. But it did pick it up where my other program did pick it up too, but moving so fast that I probably just missed it and ignored it as a bleep or a blurb. Well, lo and behold, I have a beautiful signal. Even though I'm getting used to these tones still in this program, I mean, there's no doubt it's a good signal. So let's take a listen. I mean, that sounds good no matter what tones you're running. Hopefully it's not big iron fooling me. Let's take a look and see. All right, well, not the silver I was hoping for, but yes, a coin. A modern Lincoln Memorial penny. Oh well, could have been something good though. And it picked that up as a banging signal. Look at this. Sitting right on the surface. Another padlock. That's interesting. It's actually my second of the day. Huh. That's been there for a while. This spoon was under 3 or 4 nails. Looks like to be plated. Let's see if there's any markings on it to get an idea or age. It's got a little bit of a design on it. Looks like a really nice spoon, actually. Cool. Cool beans. I just pulled out 3 nails. I know there's more nails in there because I could hear them, but I went into the sidewall for this pretty sure that's a nickel. Surrounded by all those nails, and it was able to ignore them and just pick this up. Yep, I mean, it's a Jefferson nickel. There we go. Fairly good shape, but that is impressive, I must say. I'm gonna keep working this area. I just got another spoon. This is a big one. Iron, I think. Huh, interesting. Oh, there's still stuff out here. Gotta keep finding it. Okay, I'm using IAR still, and I got a nice mid-70s at 28 kilohertz. You can see that round object in the bottom of the hole. Now, could be a washer, could be a coin, could be a button. I don't know. I'm excited. I want to grab it and see what it is. Wish me luck here. Wish me luck. Oh, no, 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 please. That's just not fair. Just not fair at all. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not a washer. It could be part of a bridal adornment, rain guides or something like that, but I was optimistic. Hey, it sniffed it out though. All right, well, I would say that was a pretty good first day out using Gold Program, modifying the IAR setting up to 5 to try to penetrate through some of that surface iron. I think the biggest surprise of the day was that colonial copper that I found. You know, myself, Donnie Bailey, we've been over that spot countless times, and this told me to dig, so I dug. And you know, like anything else, it's a little bit like learning a new language. I'm used to full tones, or even if I was used to 2 tones or 5 tones, this pitchy sound on the Gold Program is quite different than what I'm used to. So just gonna take some practice, some time using it to get better and better. But I'll tell you, I think any site that I've given up on in the past and considered hunted out, I think it's open up and fair game right now. So I'm gonna get out there and try it again. And huge thanks to Gary for his help with the settings and understanding what IAR is. Hope you guys got a lot of good information out of this video. Go out and try it, and let me know how it works for you.